The air is getting crisp and it feels like the perfect time for a little garden magic. So today I'm mixing up a witch's brew, a batch of willow water, which is my secret potion for getting stems to root even when it's not the ideal time. This all natural trick is bubbling with plant power and it's so easy to make that it feels like a little bit of kitchen sorcery. So let's dig in and mix up some rooting potion magic. I have some gorgeous stems on my hardy hibiscus and my hydrangeas that are just begging to be made into cuttings. Unfortunately, this is the wrong time of the season to take cuttings. The stems are thicker and less likely to set roots. I should have taken these cuttings weeks ago, but my family is unreasonable. They expect a clean house, clean laundry, and dinner, which sometimes gets in the way of me completing my favorite garden tasks, like taking cuttings. But luckily for me, I have two dappled willows that are growing in my front yard, and I can use their stems to make willow water and give an extra boost to my cuttings. In today's video, I'll show you how to make it, and I'll show you how to use it. Willow water works like nature's own rooting hormone. Willow stems are packed with auxins and salicylic acid. Yeah, salicylic acid, the same thing that the teens in your family use in their zit cream. Auxins are a powerful chemical that signal the plant cells to produce new roots. And salicylic acid helps the stems fight off disease and stress as they adjust to life without a root system. When you soak willow stems in water, these powerful compounds infuse the liquid, creating a natural boost that encourages stronger, faster root development. No pesky chemicals needed. To make willow water, you want to choose fresh growth from this season. Now, I'm using dappled willows, but you can use any salix willow that you happen to have growing in your yard or maybe from your neighbor's yard if need be. You want to choose growth that is new and still flexible because that's going to have the highest concentration of the auxins and the salicylic acid. Then you're going to remove all of the leaves from the stem. The leaves do not contain any compounds that aid in rooting, and they can rot in the water. So by removing them, you're just keeping things clean. Next, you're going to take your stem and chop them into 1 to 2 inch pieces. Smaller pieces mean more exposed surface area, which releases more auxins and salicylic acid. Try to keep them in the container. Now I'm going to reserve these top pieces and try to root them because these root so easily that even though I have chopped this down to nothing, I might still be able to get some roots.
There are 2 ways that you can make your willow water. For the cold soak method, place your chopped willow stems in your container, cover with water, and let them sit for 24 to 48 hours. The sweet spot is around 36 hours. Keep your container covered but not airtight to keep debris and bugs out. After 48 hours, strain and use immediately. Any longer and it may start to ferment and smell bad. For the hot brew method or the tea method, pour boiling water, I just use really hot tap water, over the chopped stems and let it steep as the water cools for at least 12 to 24 hours for maximum extraction. Once completely cooled, strain out your stems and your willow water is ready to use.
It has been just about 24 hours since I put my water in to steep my willow water tea, and now it is time to strain it. So if you use the cold brew method, you can leave the stems in as long as 36 hours, which will make it a little bit stronger. Or if you use the hot tea method, then you would let it steep for a maximum of 24 hours. After that, you would strain. I can't find my strainer, so I'm using the slotted spoon. What's the over-under that I'm going to spill this all over my counter? Not bad. And I only got 1 stem in the container, which I will go ahead and pick out. Now, once you have steeped your tea, you should be able to tell the difference in color. If it still looks clear, then you want to let it steep a little bit longer, all right? And you want to give it a smell. It should smell fresh, woodsy, a little earthy. If it smells sour, then it's starting to ferment and you need to start over. But you should have this beautiful light brown or light green coloring depending on the stems that you use. Now, there are two different ways that you can use this willow water. You can use it for water propagation, which is what I'm about to do. But you can also use it if you are propagating plants in soil. You can use this to water your plugs. Once you've stuck them in the soil, you can use this water to water them in, and that will encourage root growth. I have all these beautiful hardy hibiscus stems that I didn't want to go to waste. If you're familiar with hardy hibiscus, you know at the end of the season, all of the stems die back. They don't come back the next year like hydrangeas or some other plants do. So by letting them die back, they're really just going to waste, and I can't do that. When taking cuttings, don't forget you want to cut them just below a leaf node. For water propagation, you would take your stem, remove the bottom leaves, you just want to leave a little bit of leaf material at the top for photosynthesis. And these leaves are very large, so I'm going to go ahead and cut those down. You want to make sure that you have a minimum of 2 leaf nodes below the water line so you have the best chance of rooting success. Okay, so you can see I'm leaving just a tiny bit of leaf material up at the top, and I've got 2 leaf nodes below the water line. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these stems. And then I will let these soak, and they should set roots really quick. Now, alternatively, if you don't have a lot of material to work with, if you have smaller, younger willow plants and you don't want to hack them to shreds, another strategy that you can use is to just take a few stems of your willow and pop it in with your cuttings. This also is a good strategy to use if you're short on time, like I usually am. So for example, if you saw my last video on my hardy hibiscus plant results, then you've seen this container before. I had a container full of hardy hibiscus cuttings that I've taken over 2 months ago, and some of them rooted pretty quickly and are already potted up and growing out in my hoop house. I had some that put on some really nice branching roots that are ready to be pot up. But then I had a bunch that only had callousing, and it was a significant amount of callousing, but still no roots. So I took a few sprigs of my willow and I just stuck it in the container with these that had been soaking for 2 months. And within a week, some of those calluses became roots. So you can see that there was some really serious callousing going on, but then no roots. And once I put the willow sprig in, these roots exploded and they look huge and healthy, and I'm really excited to pop this one up. Now I still have some cuttings in this container that only have callousing, so I'm hoping that they're going to set roots really soon. When propagating with willow water, you want to let your stems soak for about 24 hours, but no longer. Think of it as a booster shot, but not a permanent home. After the 24 hours, you're either going to change your water to clean water, or you can go ahead and stick your cuttings into soil if you're going to be using that method. Then if you are using soil, once you stick your cuttings into the soil, you would water them in with the rest of the willow water. And after that, just use plain water. And here's a pro tip. If you can't use your willow water right away, you can cover it and pop it in your fridge for up to 2 weeks and it will last. After that, it's going to start to get funky, so you definitely want to start over if you don't use it in 2 weeks. Overall, willow water is a great way to help your difficult cuttings set roots. It doesn't require any purchases or chemicals, so it's safe to use in your kitchen and on plants that you might be rooting that are edible. For instance, I will be taking cuttings of my basil and rosemary plants. Now that it's getting cold and they're starting to fade, I'll soak them in the willow water and then I will plant them out in my kitchen instead of digging up plants that I have in my planter boxes and bringing them in, where I could be bringing in some pests as well. I'd rather start fresh. I'll do some cuttings, plant them up, and all of my basil and rosemary cuttings will sit on my counter happily all winter long. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day.